channel. We got Modern Locals. Today we have on the left Harold, who will be playing Boros Energy, versus Ed on the right, who is playing Ruby Storm. And typically this matchup is a little bit favored for Storm. Boros sometimes just doesn't have the interaction pieces at the right time. Kind of cards don't line up so well. Boros certainly isn't necessarily, out of it completely, but it is a bit of an uphill battle. Looks like Harold wins the die roll. He's going to be on the play here, and we're going to draw some opening sevens and see what we like, see what we want to do. And yeah, so I mean, Harold is just going to be looking for early pressure Ragavan into, some sort of maybe a Johnny and a bombardment, or even just like a Guide of Souls and a pride draw. Try to make a really big board state, and just try to interact with Ral and Ruby Medallion as best as possible, and just hope that we can get Ed to just not be able to storm. So here we go. We're going to lead things off with a Sacred Foundry. Going to go down to 18 and play a Ragavan. EJ is going to take a draw on a mountain and play out DRC. We're going to kick it back over to Harold. Harold's going to draw for the turn. And curious to see if Harold is going to attack with this Ragavan here. I am... if I was Harold, I would not, and in the dark, I'm not thinking that Ed is going to be on Storm. I just wouldn't think that. I mean, I know some lists do play DRC, but it's not very common. But I do get why. I mean, it's able to just like load up your graveyard and kind of give you that card selection you're looking for. So it's not necessarily that, I don't think it doesn't have a place. It's just, not something you typically see out of more of the stock builds. So we're going to play a Plains, and then we're going to go to a Johnny, and we're going to kick the turn over to Ed. Looks like we have a Sunbaked Canyon into a Ren's Resolve. We're going to take a point off the Sunbaked Canyon, and then resolve the Surveil trigger off of DRC. We're going to bin the Manamorphose. And our Reckless Impulse is going to show us Valakut Awakening and land. All right. Okay, so, I mean, not the two best you really want to see off of the Impulse. We're going to see. Okay, so now this Fleege is going to come down, take care of this DRC. And that's going to kind of open the door for Harold to start getting in here, putting some pressure, and try to get this game over with. Glimpse the Impossible comes off from the Ragavan. So now we're looking at 5 here. And then we're going to play a Guide of Souls. Okay. So, okay. And then, all right, we're just seeing if he wants the energy token. I guess not. So now shields are down. It's basically, let's see if Ed can combo here, or can he, just play. I imagine if he can't combo here, it might just be play this Valakut Awakening and try to fix his hand a little bit and get everything he needs to set up for the next turn, which is typically, I mean, that's typically how Storm plays. It's typically, you usually have key setup turns, and then you plan for your go off turn is how the deck typically runs. So yeah, so with the Valakut Awakening here, it looks like it's going to be that. We'll see how many cards we're going to put on the bottom for this Valakut Awakening. And I mean, Harold does have a decent board state, but he is in a lot of trouble here. Just letting the Storm player kind of sculpt their turns. Next turn, Ed's not dead either, so it's it's definitely, you're looking at 2 turns at least that Ed can kind of sculpt his way into this. Okay, so it looks like we hit a Ritual, a land, a Ral, and a Wish off of that Valakut Awakening. So that's I mean, those are some really nice pickups, and those can really do some damage here. All right, we're gonna play a Foothills for the turn. Then we're getting in. So we got 6 coming through. We're gonna see the top card. The top card's a Scolding Tarn. And now we see what Herald has as a follow-up. And, you know, and he just kicks it back. Okay, so I imagine Herald might have some, you know, some interaction pieces, maybe a static prison or a galvanic discharge of some sort. Just not really any pressure. So now we have Ed paying this Ruby Medallion, fetching his Scolding Tarn, getting a Mountain. Has a Sunbay Canyon and a Mountain available, and I know that hand is pretty full with some nice ones. So we'll see where Ed goes from here. Where are we starting? Okay, we're going to start with a Pyretic Ritual. So that's going to give us... Yep, that's going to give us 3. And then from there, we're going to go... Okay, it looks like we're using the storm count on the phone. We got another one for life totals too. Thanks, guys, as I didn't do this in my first few videos, and I should have. But we're learning. Yeah. All right, and then we have a Desperate Ritual. So that brings us up to 5, and then this will bring us to 6 mana. I believe storm count is now 4. Yeah, 3 spells plus the medallion. And now we're going to play the Ral. And then we're going to do a Glimpse. And interesting to play the... I feel like I guess I could see it as you want to get closer to really 6 count to start trying to flip this Ral. But I could see definitely leaving up playing the Ral earlier and leaving up one of the rituals to be able to interact instant speed in case they go to kill it. But I also think your storm count has to be, you know, at a certain number for you to want to make that play. All right, so now it looks like we won the flip, but we're opting not to flip yet. Right, so now we see a land, Desperate Ritual, Ren's Resolve. So now we Ren's Resolve. We're going to trigger Ral again. Ral is going to lose the flip, putting Ed down to 5. We still have... I know we have a bunch of mana still in the pool. And we have this Ren's Resolve we can cast. So let's see. Oh, yeah, and there's the Wish from what we picked up off the Awakening. And I believe there's at least 4 mana in the pool still. As we had we had a lot before, and I know we only used Glimpse the Impossible and the Ral. We were at, I believe, 7 at that point. So now we're going to Wish. We're going to flip the Ral. And now I imagine we're just going to alt this Ral immediately. And just get that going, see what we see off the top 8. You know, Ral's ult it's usually game winning. It's very rare, at least in my experience, very rare that it's not. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're ulting Ral here, and we can still go and cast something in the board as well. So yep. Okay. So we have Passive Flames, Desperate Ritual, Ral, Manamorphose. Looks like a medallion. Land. All right. I think not the. I mean, this is pretty good. I can't imagine. I don't. Yeah, I don't think we lose from here now because cast Passive Flames, get everything back. There's a Wish in the yard. There's definitely enough spells. And we can wish for the Grape Shot and Grape Shot once and then do it again. Once it's in the graveyard, we cast Passive Flames. Yeah, okay. So we're casting Passive Flames now. And okay. And it looks like Herald is just saying, show me the Grape Shot. And yep, there it is. And okay. And we are going to head to game 2. All right, and we're back for game 2 here. Harold's going to start things off. And I know post board, looks like Harold brought in some Orum's Chance and some Dampening Spheres. And I believe that Ed has taken out all of his DRCs and brought in some Static Prisons, is what I was told. And thank you guys for giving me those sideboard choices. So looks like we're gonna go same as last game. Turn 1 Ragavan. Ed is going to turn 1 Elegant Parlor and surveil a Desperate Ritual to the graveyard. Going to untap on Herald's End, pick up a draw for the turn, and we're going to play an Arid Mesa. And it looks like Ragavan's getting in the red zone. Ragavan reveals a Sacred Foundry. Gonna put Ed down to 18. And then we are, let's see if we're just getting a basic here, if we're shocking in. And looks like we are just getting a basic plains here. Let's see what this follow-up is going to be. And Harold's debating what he wants to do here. He doesn't know if he wants to leave the shields down. Okay, he does. He goes at Johnny into Cat and says go. Ed picks up, it looks like Passive Flames for the turn, and we are going to see a Desperate Ritual. Mountain, you did that pretty quick. I don't know. We may be going off here. This deck is fully capable of doing this on turn 2. Okay, yep. With 1 mana floating. Oh yeah, I see all the rituals in here, and it looks like there's a pass too. Just needs really a payoff. So we're going to Desperate Ritual, get up to 3. Another Desperate Ritual, go down to 2, up to 5. And then we are going to Reckless Impulse down to 4. Glimpse the Impossible and Passive Flames. Okay. So now, oh, and a Ral is in hand. Interesting. Okay. So 4 mana, and we're going to use 2 of that for a Passive Flames. And then, okay. And it looks like we're just playing these all at, okay. It looks like we're just playing them all, and we're just going to add up, and Harold has agreed to this. I'm curious about doing that, though, because if you have the Ral in hand, I think you can maneuver the rituals a little bit if there's any interaction. But I guess Harold is tapped out also. So no, there should be a treasure. Yeah, I believe yeah, so the face down card's a treasure. Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yep. And then, yeah, see, I think if we leave a a ritual up, we could maybe avoid it at least, or we let it come down to a flip, which is which is probably something you want to do there. But nonetheless, Glimpse the Impossible is going to get cast here, and we're going to see land, Ren's Resolve. Okay, and then we're going to cast this Ren's Resolve. We're going to go Static, Prison, Glimpse the Impossible. We're going to Glimpse the Impossible. Okay. Let's see where we're at here. Players are just making sure that they have storm count and everything down. Alright, so the ritual into the wish, I think, is game. Because I think you can pass in flames, flashback. I don't know if there's enough. I think there's enough rituals. Looks like there's 2. Okay, then we're gonna, yep, passive flames in the hand, and Herald's gonna pack it in. Okay. So yeah, kind of typically how I thought that matchup would go. You know, Ruby Storm can be very explosive and kind of hard for Boros to deal with, especially, you know, so, you know, Boros does require a lot of setup in the early turns. You know, and some good games we watched there. So thank you everyone for watching, and enjoy your